Normally, I'd give a small overview of what this video will be about and then put up my usual spoiler warning splash screen, but due to the nature of this video, I'm basically gonna be solely discussing the end of Gridman. So if you haven't watched the show, go watch it and then come back. Otherwise, nothing I say will make sense. Are the normies gone now? Good. Now, let's talk about some girls that might be gay. Rika and Akane are most likely gay, and I don't have any issue with this. There's enough evidence in the show to support it, and it would even help to support the core message that the show is trying to bludgeon across everyone's head. But why? And I don't mean why do people gay, I mean why is this an important part of the show and what value does it add? Let me answer that second part right here. Not a ton. At least, not until you really look at the end of this show. At the end of the show, Rika and Akane are sitting in a room talking with each other, and both of them are sad that Akane, the god of this world, is leaving to go back to her own world. This is a very emotional scene, and depending on how you interpret it, can be seen as two friends leaving each other, or as two potential lovers parting forever. Rika is the last one to talk to Akane before she leaves, and neither Hibiki or Utsumi talk to her, even though Utsumi really wants to. This is a key point to mention because it goes along with the main thesis of this show. What is this thesis, you ask? If you've actually watched the show, I'm surprised you're asking because of how unabashedly it beats the message into you, but it's all about escapism. Gridman makes sure to show the positive sides of it at the beginning, such as being able to do what you want to and control who you and others are, but it soon changes those into negatives. By having Akane be the villain, it already puts her and all of her actions in a negative light. The pressure of these actions causes Akane to begin to break under the pressure, which is shown metaphorically through all of her broken technology. She eventually attempts to murder Hibiki because, to her, it's the only possible way for her to win against Gridman and to continue to escape. When she finally accepts the reality of escapism and the detriment it is to her, she wakes up, not as a purple-haired 2D girl, but as herself, in reality. As a black-haired Japanese schoolgirl. Wait a minute. She looks an awful lot like Rika here. What the hell is going on? This one's pretty simple. It is Rika. She, Akane, is Rika. This could easily be disputed by people that Akane just looks like an average Japanese schoolgirl in real life, and the avatar she was using in the show was her ideal. But why does this mean that she can't also be Rika? Rika has the same haircut as Akane's real-life self, and with all of the minor details throughout the show pointing to other things and having multiple meanings, why would this be the time for something to only have one meaning? This is a crucial point of the show. The entire crux of the show is riding on this one shot, so why would it only have one meaning? It wouldn't. Akane and Rika are in love with each other. Akane and Rika are the same person. Escapism is the core thesis of Gridman. The obvious conclusion this leads to is Akane coming to accept herself. She has accepted who she is and is finally able to live her life in the real world. When we see Rika with her friends, she never really looks like she's having fun. She's always worried about them, which characterizes her and is a constant reminder to us about how much she cares for her friends. She's always trying to be friends with Akane and was created just for that purpose. Even when she wakes up from the illusion of this world, she's pining for Akane, because she wants Akane to love herself.
私は茜と一緒にいたい。どうかこの願いがずっと叶いませんように。
This is the hope that Akane has finally come to truly love herself. This makes even more sense when you realize that the only people to ever truly wake up are pieces of Akane herself. Let's look back and think about who woke up in Gridman. We have Rika, obviously, then there's Utsumi, and, well, that's it. Now, I can hear you saying, what about Hibiki? He was the main character and the first one to wake up. And to that, I would tell you to think about it again. Did Hibiki ever really wake up while Akane was there? Hibiki's body was possessed by Gridman, and while pieces of him would crop up from time to time in Gridman's personality, Hibiki was never the one to truly wake up. And don't forget that Gridman and his compatriots didn't wake up either. They came in from a different dimension. Now, saying that Utsumi is a part of Akane is a bold claim. I mean, how much evidence could there possibly be to back this claim? Enough. Utsumi is the side of Akane that loves kaiju. It's the part of herself that she tries to conceal. Throughout the entire show, Utsumi is always talking about kaiju, and it's implied in this scene that they have a very similar knowledge base when it comes to kaiju. It's evident that she tries to suppress this part of herself when we see each of the three, Hibiki, Rika, and Utsumi, in their own personal realities with Akane. She does almost everything in her power to please Utsumi by taking him to a market where he can buy kaiju toys, figures, and even offering her body in an attempt to get him to keep quiet and stay in the dreamscape. Utsumi is the part of Akane that she loves the most. Akane truly finds joy in kaiju, but because she is constantly suppressing her true feelings, she's constantly rejecting herself and that which she loves. Utsumi's crush on Akane is this feeling personified. Utsumi really likes her, but Akane refuses to give in to his whims. She's constantly pushing the part of herself that she loves the most down, in the hope that it will just go away and leave her alone. Let's head back to the end of the show, with Akane returning to the real world.
内海は新庄さんに言うことあったんじゃないの？死ぬほどある！
けど、やっぱあそこには入れないや。
These are the words that Utsumi uses to express his pain that he wasn't the one to have Akane love herself, but also that he's okay with this. Akane is still going to start loving herself more, and that's the main thing that matters. She hasn't become fully confident in this part of her that likes kaiju, but that's okay. It takes time to truly be yourself. It's what gives Utsumi the hope and comfort to let her take her time, because she's starting to accept herself, and starting is the hardest part. Really, this is what Gridman's about. Akane and Rika can be gay for each other, but if there's no purpose to the overall message of the show, what's the point? And no, I don't mean that every relationship that's not heterosexual needs to have a meaning to be validated in fiction. Each of the romantic interests in the show have a purpose besides just being a love interest. Utsumi loves Akane because he wants her to love the many different facets of herself. Hibiki loves Rika to show Akane that people do like her for who she is, and she doesn't need to hide her true self or become someone different. Hell, even the two side characters that had a lesbian romance spin-off story mean something to the show. It's telling the viewers to look closer to even the little things, because everything in this show has a purpose. We can talk about how gay everybody is for as long as we want, but if it doesn't help with understanding the core narrative and message of the show, it's really nothing more than fan service. If Gridman truly is the best anime Studio Trigger has ever made, there needs to be more to it than simply, they're gay. So please, take another look at this show. Are you escaping into your own fantasy world, or are you going to take action and live your life to its fullest, here and now? Thank you for watching this video. I want to give a huge shout out to the Pedantic Romantic, because without her video on Gridman, this one wouldn't have been made. Also, be sure to check out the Two Dweebs podcast that I do with my buddy Nick. All my links will be in the description down below. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.